once again we are here after some time away from each other. We have met. Now what happens when Sam meets Jeff? I think we should cook something, right?
Sure.
Loud and clear. So I listened to my lecturer in one of the last lectures, in class, and the guy after the lecture, the last notes, he looks at us and he said, "Young man, I've seen you grow. I've seen you making steps. I've seen your hard work and whatever you have done while in your planning system." He said, "I have a few words for you before you go away." The point number one was, wherever you go where there is light. The point number two was, darkness is all over. You look on your left, you look on your right, there's darkness. Sometimes you don't need to do anything. You just get yourself into that darkness. And the last point was, sometimes you'll go to places, and there is no that light. Now become that light. And I closed the books, and he wished us well, and he dismissed the lecture, and we met him in the exams. I keep thinking about that every single day I wake up. I think of the 3 points. Following the light, the darkness around, and sometimes being that light. That hits home.
Yeah, it does. It's important to be a positive person in a world that is full of negativity. It's important to always seek positivity, always seek the light, because the darkness is inevitable. And I appreciate what the lecturer said, because it's true. Unfortunately, it's true. The first point being, always seek the light. Always seek the light, because as Kanye West will say, I don't know how he puts it exactly, something along the lines of, however much dark the night is, it cannot always be night,
Wow.
The night is there, yes. The darkness is there. The negativity is there. But you always have to seek the light. You always have to seek dawn. And what happens in cases where you can't see it, as he will say, then be that light. That's very beautiful. I really love that. And it blends in together with the mystic St. John of the Cross from Spain. He says that where you don't find love, you put there love and you'll find love. I think it's the same idea of where you don't see light, you be that light so that you can enlighten those people. Now, let's break it. Let's bring it home. Truth be said, in the world we live in, especially here in Nairobi, there are things you look at going on and you're like, what happened to humanity? What happened to society? When did we reach here? And people are doing things. People have normalized abnormal things, and now the normal things are actually the abnormal things. It's that bad. And I think for purposes of maintaining your sanity and developing your value system, you just have to look for the light in such cases.
Yeah.
People really want to get money. I mean, we're all fighting poverty. Nobody wants to die poor, But then what's happening so that we get money are really, really dark things. I was listening to someone the other day. He began by saying, whatever I'm about to tell you is for educational purposes only. I knew, hey, this guy wants to drop a bomb here. So he said that the human body, if all the organs are harvested really, really, really well, like from the eyes, the brain, everything, the kidney, the heart, the liver, everything is harvested very well. It gives you a total of 65 million, wait for it, US dollars.
Wow.
I was like, whoa. Now translate that into Kenyan shillings.
times 130.
Yes. Then you'll wonder how a young man like you is affording to stay in some posh place. And, Now, he began by saying this is for educational purposes only. I don't advise you to do that. But you can see such a thing has been normalized such that even all the prices are already there. The price tag is there. And so when you hear somebody is with a stranger, especially for us who have little sisters, you hear someone is dating somebody from that side of town, hey, you'll be like, look, I love you, but kindly stay away from that side because it's bad. So in cases like those, you just have to find the light. You have always to look for the light.
Loud and clear.
And if you can't find that light, then be the light.
Loud and clear. Wherever you go, where there is light.
Yeah.
Now, light becomes not just a concept. Light inakuwa tena na tumaana, I'm thinking of what will be light, what will be the places of light in our world today, and what is light in, to things, clear things that we interact with.
I'll go back to the Genesis story of creation. I love the fact that when God was creating the world, the first thing he did was let there be light.
Loud and clear.
And it can be interpreted differently, but my favorite one is that in the midst of the chaos that was happening in the universe, God said, let there be light. And this light gives clarity. So I'd say that light is that clarity and sanity. Because if you're in a dark room, you'll keep tripping on things over, you'll keep knocking yourself. But when there is light, then that means you're able to see clearly. And so light in this sense will be some sort of clarity that comes from an above average level of wisdom, whereby you're able to see this is wrong, this is right. And that is light. Then the second interpretation of light will be morality and ethics, because there is a way good morals, good values, there is a way they lighten up the world in the sense of giving you a sense of direction. Because if you don't have a value system, then anything and everything will just carry you along. But if you have that light of a value system, I think there will be some sort of clarity in your life, some sort of direction and purpose in your life. So that's what I'll interpret light to be. I don't know about you.
That is something. When I heard of you going there, seeing clearly, clarity in mind, in thought patterns, I thought of light can be looked in levels, mentally.
Yeah.
You walked the moral way. And I'm also thinking of spiritual way. What can be light in spiritual way? What can be light socially? And I'm just thinking of human interactions we make every single day. What will be light in my human interactions? And I think being authentic for me is clear. Just being authentic, carrying the best version of myself becomes light. That's exactly what I want to share. You want to share with the world that aspect of you. I think the human values, you have been talking about human values, especially social values. And one of our greatest social value I value these days is approachability. In a world where we are struggling with mental problems, and people, when I'm approachable, it follows necessarily that somehow I have to become gentle. I have to become gentle. I have to become kind. I have to train myself in those two aspects that makes my interaction with human persons mzuri. I can be approached. I can also approach. Approachability, it's a win. For me, I think it's a very big win because I can easily be corrected. Someone can come and point out a strength or a weakness in me, and I can also do the same. I can also do the same. So when I think about community, social something, I think two values that help me, they become the light that I have to carry. Remember the book by Michelle Obama, The Light We Carry. Yeah, the light we carry.
I have a genuine question to you. When you speak about approachability, it clicks something in my thoughts, especially in a world where people are silently battling mental issues, you know. And truth be said, it's part of our job description to be kind and approachable to people and help them see the light, you know. There's no debate about that. There's no debate about it. However, there are people who take advantage of that to their own, you know, to their own will, and you'll be there trying to be approachable and help, yet there's another hidden agenda that you don't know about. How do you navigate that? Especially in moments where you can clearly see that this is not objective, this is not genuine.
Now, I think something we always know. We'll always know when something is sucking energies from us or something is adding energies from us. Negative vibes, things that clash with our human systems, value systems, and belief systems, and probably malicious intentions comes in. No, I've heard people saying you become flexible and firm at the same time. You've heard people saying that. I've heard people saying, you know, you have to be hard but still give the other side. I think the firmness now on your side. Remember, you have a life and you have to live a very authentic life.
Yes.
You know, you have to be good to yourself too. You know, remember self-care things. You know, that part of life. I think it comes in. Now speaking it out, and I'm not so sure if we ever correct the people who become malicious. But I think by the very fact of standing our ground sometimes, that is being firm and letting them know what we like to do. Like, you've heard people saying, look, I mean good here. I have no malicious intentions, but I'm afraid I can't help you with these things because I think your agenda is different, kiddo. Probably somebody is detecting values are not rhyming. Somebody is detecting energies being sucked up, negative vibes, you know, things that don't promote that. No, with clear deliberation, sometimes you just realize, sometimes we don't say it. Nafikiriaga we walk slowly.
Just walk out.
Yeah, sometimes we do that. Sometimes we find the courage to say it. No, sometimes you've heard of people where there are positive vibes, lots of energies, but because they realize finer details and the intention of the other persons, pole they start drawing back. I don't know if it's the best way, but I think it's one of the ways. The question of whether it's best or not.
I was listening to some youth of Sitam Karen. They have a podcast, and they were saying, look, if we're friends, let's just maintain boundaries. There's no point of you know, compromising a whole friendship just because you prolonged the hug by 3 seconds. You know, something as petty as that. And I really totally agreed with it because familiarity sometimes
It's contact.
Yeah. And speaking of that, there is a point of being a nice guy, and there's a point of being a kind guy. What do you think Jesus was? The nice guy will be somebody who dances to the tune of everybody, accommodative to everybody. You know, whatever you want, I want really you to win, regardless of what I'm losing. Kindness goes with I mean the best for you and I wish the best for you. But if that will compromise who I am, then I'm not part of this.
I think Jesus in many ways is just a kind man.
Okay.
You know, Jesus knows his people. You know, when the guy had to stop Peter and he tells Peter, get behind me, Satan. Like, look, we can't walk that direction now. I know you're Peter, you're one of my, you know, that's kijana ya mkono kabisa. We have to talk this stuff out. You know? I think he's a kind guy. Actually, the nice part of it, it's time. We can't do it like forever because it sucks. And pole it drains. Positive energies, when exposed to negative energies, always somehow it dies. The light, you know, that we carry many a times, when constantly interacting with darkness, think somehow pole pole inadidimia. It might not go away. It will always be there. It will become dim and dim and dim and dim. But light will always be there. But you know, the darkness overshadows that.
Speaking of that, you know, they say in psychology, they say, however good you are, however solid and grounded you are, the environment will always win against you. However long it takes, the environment in which you're in always wins. Now, speaking of being light in some space where you don't find light, because our third point is if you can't see the light, then be the light.
Loud and clear.
How do you navigate being light in an environment of darkness and chaos? Especially case in point here in Nairobi, where capitalism has taken the upper hand, individualism has taken the upper hand. Everybody
Survival
wants
for
to
the
win,
fittest.
survival for the fittest. On the days when, I know it's hard, but on the days when you feel like giving up, what should inform your resolve to keep being the light? Because it's not an easy thing. When you see at your workplace, everybody is stealing, you're the only one who is not. You see at your, the society where you stay, everybody is doing some dubious business. You're the only one who is trying to be legit. It's not an easy thing to do. So on the days when environment seems to be winning against you, who is the light there, what should inform your resolve to keep being the light?
No, listening to you, and listening carefully, actively. Now, the first thing that hits me so hard is trying being authentic. No, I realize how, now being a Christian, I realize how remaining to be light in a world that is surrounded by darkness is hard. I know of human limitations. I know of points that I can also break. And I think it ceases for me to depend entirely on my human strengths and abilities and talents and character. Maybe my easier invitation as a Christian will be, can I seek some divine help? Amazing graces. Helping graces. Graces that keeps me, that sustains whatever I'm building. You realize we can build characters. We can build moral values, belief systems, human values that are very authentic. But they have to be sustained somehow. And doing it alone is not the best way, if you ask me. You need some extra power. You need something that transcends the normalcy of what we are used to. And I think my first call would be, let me invite God in this story. What if it becomes part of that equation? I think the ball game will be different. Two, becoming light. Somehow light finds a way of winning. It always does. Light wins. It takes time. It takes, slow moves. But somehow it wins. So authenticity of what I have and allowing it to grow one day at a time. One day at a time. Pole pole. And if I can shine light to the very people closer to me, the people around, the environment around, pole pole, because it wins, they become that light. They reflect the light that I radiate. By extension, pole pole, they will also radiate it to the persons next to them. And I think that's how we dispel darkness. Darkness in places, enlightenment, the concept of enlightenment in the modern philosophical eras. Enlightenment is easier because it is spreading and people are embracing it. The new ideas, structures, systems, technological advancements. And the radiation of that pole pole, it dispels this. One day at a time, pole pole. So time is a factor. Divine help for me is key. Then making sure that the authenticity of what I have can be radiated to the people closer to the environment where I find myself in. Remember, the goal is also to grow where you're planted. The goal is, I think, the present moment where I am is where God wills that I should be there. So if where I'm planted, I'm growing, then I should make efforts to make sure penye niko tu kwanza kwenye kuenayo mwangazo. And pole pole, sometimes nafikiria what bothers us sana, and we don't see ourselves growing kwa sababu ya speed za life, rush. We want to, bring in light and see it radiating all over, reflecting all over. Maybe sometimes we allow to pole pole, kahora kahora, and it grows. Someone else get affected. You realize some people walks into rooms and they bring some energies, different energies. And sometimes it's pole pole. You realize these guys are different vibe. Maybe that's the goal, one day at a time.
I love the idea of inviting God into the equation, and also the idea of taking it a day at a time. I believe deeply that the God we worship, anytime we call upon Him in sincerity, He always shows up. Especially in cases where we want His kingdom to come, He always shows up. Now, as we close this, what's the best we can hope for?
One is we go where there's light. Places, people, objects have meanings. People, objects, places have meaning. Maybe sometimes we really know where we should go, but because of enticements of life and easy way outs, easy success, tunashindwa tu kabisa, kwa sababu somehow the negative energies also sometimes are very strong. We can easily go to where we are not supposed to go. Sometimes we can fail socially because we are becoming malicious. Morally, because we have some hidden agendas, You have heard of morality works because people are asking the question of also the circumstance you found yourself in, the intention of the do of the, of the action, and the action itself. Sometimes I think because we know of what we really want, then we cloud our intentions. We don't make them clear. We don't make them human and godly. We fail. Economically, the different ways we use. Mentally, the failure to deliberate and think clearly. We fail in many ways. So the best I hope for is I strive. You realize the help, the every single day responsibility that I have to discern. It's not an easy in the path. An easy way out. The darkness is all over. That was the second point. Darkness is all over. Look, I don't need to do anything. Sometimes I just need to be there. Not putting any efforts to follow anything, any light or something. And darkness, you realize how sometimes can be so much enticing. Sometimes if not discerned well mentally, sometimes when not morally cross-checked, sometimes when not socially cross-checked, you realize you just found yourself in there. Putting less energies in things. Failure to take some time, and think of happenings in life. Nafikiria maybe daily reflections, daily time kidogo ya, some moments of reflection of things, about what's happening in your life. Keep in touch sana na present and cross-check your values and how you feel about the things. And that's, I think, in many ways inatusaidia kudispel some form of darkness that sometimes cloud. Sometimes unajipata uko kwa giza ndani kabisa na unashtuka nilifika hapa lini. Maybe kwa sababu we did not cross-check. Maybe kwa sababu we did not find some time just to be with ourselves and all that. The last one, becoming that light. Kwanza ndaitisha Mungu kwa hii story. I really want to invite God in this story. Human limitations are there. Lazima nikubali hiyo part. Na nafikiria ni easy way out. Kwanza kukubali ati kuna human limitations. And then how do I feel the insufficiencies and the lackings in my life? The incompleteness, I have to call the big guy to come in. And finally strive. pole pole, one day at a time. Niache rush the life. Maybe growing where we are planted simply means doing it in the best ways you know how, allowing God to help you do it, and also striving just to go wherever there is life. We just never know. The little efforts are ultimately summed up to be the biggest things that we ever done. I don't know about you. What will be your take in the entire thing?
I appreciate the idea of clarity in all this. Always seek clarity. Always seek always know the difference. You know, I love the serenity prayer.
Wow.
Because it's you asking God, look, give me the serenity to do it again. The prayer is going.
To
Oh,
accept.
Lord, grant serenity to accept things I cannot change. Courage to change those that I can.
And
But
the
above all, the wisdom to know the difference. And so in seeking light, and also in seeking to be the light, you need that wisdom, that clarity to know the difference between light and darkness. For me, that is key. Also, bringing God into the equation is also key. It's very, very important, as you just said it. Then finally, have a value system. You can't be light if you don't have, a moral, a compass
Grounding,
direction.
yeah.
Yes, a moral grounding that informs you of what you can do and what you can't do. So that's how I put it.
Loud and clear. Can't agree more.
Yeah, you want to close it?
Thanks, man. Thanks for this sharing. I think I needed it more. Light is what I think about every single day. I do these mangas because we desire to live that life. The best we hope for is we keep doing those lights, going places where there's light, because the exact opposite of light is darkness.
Sure.
And it's just around you.
There's no in between.
Loud and clear. Thanks, man.
All right, thank you. If you like what you're doing, kindly remember to like, subscribe, comment, and share this video with your friends so that together we can grow. Until next time, bye.